Welcome to the other side of the font. Yesterday at the end of chapel, we gathered the Midlers together, blessing them on a journey of internship. They are now our interns. And so after we prayed and as we sang, "We are marching in the light of God," the Midlers walked through the font, and on the other side, besides the cloud of witnesses of faculty and staff and other students, my classmates and I, the seniors, met them and wiped their feet as they emerged from the font. It wasn't just because this font is really cold and we wanted to make sure that their feet were all clean. It meant the fact that we had already been through the font in that journey. Internship can be a year of growing and being a part of ministry, especially if it's prophetic ministry. But we knew some of the hardships and some of the challenges that they were getting ready to face, as well as some of the joys and the affirmations that are soon to come. And so we wiped their feet and hugged them. A couple of nights ago, I participated in a march in solidarity with our sisters and brothers who are suffering in Baltimore. At one point, the march came almost in front of LSCC, and one of our Midlers, soon-to-be interns, Matt, encouraged folks to come down here to LSCC and hold a prayer vigil. Well, not many in the crowd wanted to do that, but I'm very thankful that he lifted his voice. The voices that have been lifted recently have been calling those who are in pastoral leadership into question, because the church has been unfortunately silent so many years about some of the atrocities that are going on in some of our poorer neighborhoods. The church hasn't stepped up and said anything. But I wonder how prolific it would have been if that crowd of, well, there were a lot of us, but if some of us had came into this sacred space, this chapel, and walked through this font singing "We are marching in the light of God," and met one another on the other side of this font, wiping each other's feet, saying that we know that God stands with the oppressed, and we are washed and made new, re-energized to go out, to start making concrete changes. This font here at LSCC means a lot to me because it's always flowing. And it's a place where anyone can come and pause and pray. This water is a reminder that God continues to bless us, washing us each day anew, continually marking us as the creators. I wonder how prolific it would be if some of the officials in some of the cities that have been affected by violence, because of the righteous anger that people are expressing, I wonder how prolific it would be for those who have suffered so long to walk through a font and have some of those officials who don't understand wipe their feet and then sit down and listen to what changes need to happen. I say the word poor neighborhoods not because it's a buzzword, because it's true. Not too far from here, on the other side of Cottage Grove, is a neighborhood that suffers. People drive through it every day and probably think, well, they created this mess. But stop and think. If you routinely went to your alderman, to City Hall, and asked for better services in your neighborhood, for better educational system, and day after day, week after week, year after year, you were not heard, can you understand now why people express their righteous anger? I know a lot of my classmates won't be going in those particular neighborhoods as they go on internship. But here's a challenge to us all. Stand up for those who are being oppressed. Because this is the call that the Creator God has given to us. On Sunday, many ELCA churches will go outside and stand up for Baltimore. Hashtag Stand Up for Baltimore. Be a part of that process. Be a part of the revolution to transform change into God's creation. Next week, it'll be the seniors' turn to walk through the font. I wonder what awaits us on the other side. God's peace.